game for Boots FC. Taking it hard. It's a big adjustment, gotta tell you.
How the hell is that only one half?
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Waking up early on a Saturday, not my cup of tea. I don't do it well. But fortunately, I'm picking up a habit. And much like winning is picking up a habit, we're gonna start picking that up again. To be excellent, all right, we need to manage 4 different variables that are affecting today's game. First is the return of some legends who have not been around for any of the previous games. Talking about Idar, okay, he's been in Norway, excited to have him back. We've got Dan coming back to the back line. We've got my friends, these dogs. Say hi to the dogs. Awful lot of dogs out here, because we out here, we dogs. We've got the heat. It's gonna be very hot today. It's apparently supposed to be like high 80s, low 90s. Turf already feels like 93, 95. That's the scouting report. Third is we are lacking in bodies. So we had to bring in some super subs to help replenish what we were lacking. Fourth is that we're coming off a loss and we don't lose. It's not in our nature. So we're gonna correct that today. But first things first, we gotta go check in on Eli and make sure that he's up, which he is. He's been up since like 6:30.
If everyone joining could not tell, we are all in the US. We're all Americans. That's why we're so excited for the game, and that's why we're so tired for the game. But here we are, and we're going to have a good time, and we're going to watch some great soccer, hopefully.
We made it.
I chefed it up, all right? I made a whole chunk of eggs, freaking sue me. And we got a little toast. Ooh, just getting toasty like it's supposed to. Got a little Olympics viewing in the morning, some nice casual background Taekwondo, perhaps?
We're getting our ride today from trusty Idar, who's been out of town for a couple weeks now, out in Norway. Eli, have you been to Norway? Do you think Norway exists?
It definitely exists, that's for sure. I've never been. I've been to Denmark, been to Copenhagen, and loved it. Lovely place. When I say Norway, what comes to your mind?
I think of usually skin products. Neutrogena, isn't that Norway? I think cold. I think very attractive men like Idar. I mean, the guy's just a model. How does he that tan? It doesn't make sense. I just put on some sunblock today. I'm still gonna get burned. Yeah, they produce great footballers and great people too.
Which one of us do you think killed that plant in the background that people are focused on? Whose fault is it?
It's a good question. I feel like we got it beginning of the pandemic, where I was spending half the time at my mom's house. So I don't know what the other half of the week looked like over here. I don't know what you were doing to it.
I watered it sometimes.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you watered it with. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. You could have been given it Gatorade. You could have said it needs some electrolytes.
But that would be good, right? Just to be clear.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That might have killed it.
Probably.
I gotta look that up. I was giving it Gatorade, so maybe that killed it. Idar's here. Our ride is here. We'll meet him in a sec. And as Fabricio says, here we go. Idar, how was Norway? What was your favorite part about Norway?
Ooh, I think when I sat down with my mom and watched the first episode of the Bootin Boots All or Nothing.
You hear that? You hear that, everyone?
Just seeing friends and family jumping in different lakes and rivers and swimming and just having all in all a great time. How was last week's game? What went wrong?
Well, first and foremost, you were missing, Idar. It's always the correct answer. We were depleted. We didn't have subs, and it was hot. And they had plenty of subs. They had back-to-back games, so they were loaded with players. And so that's what's making today exciting. Not only do we have you and Travis, welcome to the clan, but we also have a lot of subs, which is part and parcel why this car is going to be packed in a couple seconds.
Oh, yeah.
There's Abdul.
What? He signed it, and it's this knockoff Ronaldinho Barcelona jersey.
Yo, that's so cool, dude. Where did you meet him? Run into him? At practice, a game, scrimmage, something?
It was at I lived in family. I lived in Qatar. I grew up there, and he was there. Actually, it was during the period when he like became a star, but he was still young, and then he got injured. There was a season where he was injured, and so he was just off, and they like invited him. Qatar is like really rich, so they invited him to this like Aspire like soccer academy to do some interviews and like watch like some kids play. And I used to go like play for fun. No one was around him like at all. He was just chilling with his like some people that were with him and just watching kids play. And I was like, oh my god!
Oh, squeeze in!
This is Abdul call.
Oh, hey, you got the whole squad today.
Get out! Noodles! Seesaw! Oopsie!
Whole crowd here. Look at this. Chance, new player for today. Chance, how you feeling about the game?
Pretty good. Hope we win.
Nice. That's a good start. Good start.
Yeah.
Dan, back from the dead. What's up, dude? It's been a minute. But how you doing? Yeah.
Back from the dead.
How you feeling? Back in the squad?
Feel hot and sore, but I'm ready to go.
Coming in on loan. We'll see how it goes. Testing things out. Feeling a little tight. Hopefully the boys and I get on.
Hoi. Yeah, when's the last time you played, Dan? Minute or?
I've been playing in a co-ed league.
Here's the secret: you don't want to touch your hands on your butt. You want your heels to be hitting your butt straight up. That's how you know you're doing it properly.
Get a stretch circle in.
Now let's take a look at the lineup for today's game. Bootin Boots were taking on Vitamin O, and we were playing our classic 4-3-3. So we had Jack in goal, Idar, Dan, Eli in the back line, Max, Abdul, Armin in the middle, Carl, Gabe, and Derek up top, and then on the bench we had Andres, Chance, and Travis. Of course, big thanks to the sponsors Corcoran's, Angry Orchards, Cheapies, and East Prairie. The Boots didn't have their boots fully laced up at the beginning of the game, and we took on a decent amount of pressure. Here, Vitamin O pressed us and had a one-on-one with Jack, fortunately hitting off the post, and we were able to escape unscathed. Unfortunately, though, a few minutes later, they were able to convert off of a deflected corner. They continued to put pressure on us, swinging the ball across the box. Here they got a shot on target. Jack Kakovich, of course, was ready for it. As we cleared it, we looked for our usual outlet, Grammer, and Grammer tried to pull a spin move, but unfortunately gravity got the better of Grammer here. He came out of the game pretty shortly, and, well, we checked in on him.
How's the game going so far?
We're pressing well. I think the issue is we have obviously a lot of new bodies out there, and kind of understanding possession, space, all that jazz is
the hot weather making it worse or better?
Well, I mean, my value add's running, and as you can see, I'm not in the best shape, so for sure.
Riley's also moving a million miles an hour. I don't blame him.
Because both defenders went with him, so if we got over him, I was through.
While Jones and Grammer were on the bench, Andres did his best and got us back on the board to tie the game up 1-1. Because of the heat, we were given water breaks halfway through each half. Here we are, wiping the sweat off, relaxing, but not really, kind of panicking because it was so hot out.
That's fine.
How's the game going?
Debut game for Boots FC. Taking it hard. It's a big adjustment. I gotta tell you. Feeling it.
The lads are in shambles.
We love the Boots. We love the Boots. Bootin Boots. We're really big fans. Big fans.
As we resumed the first half, we pressed them, dumping the ball into their half, pressing, hoping that they would eventually cough the ball up. Lo and behold, they did, and after pressured by both Grammer and Carl came up with the ball and this awesome shot that ricocheted off the top post and then eventually out of bounds. Vitamin O did not appreciate the pressure, so they threw it back at us with lofted balls, but like always, Jack Kakovich came out like a spider monkey, catching everything that came his way.
Let's go, kid. Way to get stuck in.
Shortly after Jack's heroics, halftime was upon us. So, like good sports, we walked around and gave each other high fives, because that's what the cool guys do.
How the hell was that only one half? Dude, we missed our chance to take a halfway rip.
How you played today, from this moment on, is how you will be remembered.
The Boots started off the second half great, with Armin beating the goalie one-on-one to put the Boots up 2-1. Grammer on the sideline was quite excited. Let's take a listen here.
Who's that tucked in jersey? Nice support run, Carl. Through there.
Let's take a quick listen in on our goal scorer, how he's feeling.
That's why we play the game, but it's all for the boys. It's for the team. Without the guys, it never happens.
Good game.
A lot of this game was played in the midfield, with energetic battles going between players. Here's one that we caught that favors our team, makes us look a little better. Maybe it makes this announcer look a little better too, as he stripped it away from the competition.
It's very hot.
You know what else was hot, Eli? This play by Derek Grammer, who took it down the sideline, cut it in, found Gabe in the middle, who cut past one player, shot it on goal, but an incredible save ensured that Vitamin O stayed in this game.
Riley's bleeding.
You see what he sacrifices for the team?
Somebody key on it.
You see this type of sacrifice?
Physio, where's the physio?
Fucking amazing.
This wouldn't be good tape if we didn't break some of it down for you, so let's take a little zoom in. Here's one instance where Vitamin O had the ball on their half of the field, where, of course, majority of the pressure was. We cut off the outlet and forced them back into the center. They find their center mid, who then looks and is forcing an outlet here, but of course Eli, coming on the right side of the frame, jumps it, where he immediately meets them and upon contact is able to force them to lose the ball. We then receive it, spin out, and we're one-on-one with the goal. Unfortunately, we weren't able to convert, but yet again we were pressing. Here's another instance of us continuing the pressure. We bring it into their box, find the outlet in the center of the mid, and Carl, you know what? He was feeling good from earlier, so why not have another rip?
Have it!
Unfortunately, it is not football, it's football. Now, in the grand scheme of things, you just have some fun, cool moments that you don't normally see. Here is one with Carl where, after a little tussle, he wanted to show us his hip flexor moves.
Ooh, yes. Avoid that. Oh. That's a sneak peek.
At the end of the game, we almost squeaked in one more goal with a deflected shot from Riley and then one from Gabe, neither of which were able to beat the keeper. We whipped in one last Hail Mary from the edge of the box that unfortunately we couldn't get our heads on. Thus the score ended 2-2, but surely the Boots were itching for that W.
Over that second. And you laid to me, and I was like, I basically need to get by one guy, and then I had one of you guys wide open.
Props to the camera person. Got to pay respects. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
First appearance, 2 goals. You basically promised it before the game. One goal,
1 assist.
1 goal, 1 assist. Thank you.
Yeah.
How'd that come about? Just you had it in you?
It's the lads working together is what it is. Sometimes one person puts it in, sometimes another person puts it in. But that's what it's all about.
That's good stuff. Hard fought, 2-2 draw, 2-2 tie, but we're with the supporters. Getting a ride from the supporters, which we appreciate. Another supporter in the back there with his hat. And we're going to Corcoran's. Time to get a drink with the Boots and our supporters.
Yeah, so 2-2 draw for the Boots today. A lot of good pressing early in the game. I liked how we played. A couple like turnovers that were a little costly for us, but overall fought hard and a lot of new bodies out there, and that's always hard to play. But above all, we worked hard, ran hard. We're here now having fresh refreshments and such, and so yeah, that's what it's all about. Saturday well spent.
What are people saying on Twitter about the Boots game? I mean, there's a lot of critiques. I think after a big game like this, a lot of people thinking, oh, we should have put in some sitters. Understandable. But none of the people online, I don't think they understand how hard it is to really execute when you have that much, such a loud crowd. I mean, we were the away team today. Let's be real. We were the away team. Yeah. So
everything was going against us. The weather, the fans. We were getting
the refs
called. The refs.
We finally got one call in our favor at the very end, but otherwise they were missing everything. We still feel like we should have come out on top.
We should have won, but we'll take the point. We'll take the point this early in the season, and we go again next time.
Next time. You know what they don't tell you about the difficulties of walking and talking is, especially in a city like this, being able to see when there's just poop on the ground. Very difficult. Very hard to see that. You know, it takes a lot of courage to just look here in the camera and not look down. Just, when you know, people don't tell you about that. But that's a big part of this.